Greetings to you all. I, Archana Kumari, Assistant Professor English, Marwari College, Ranchi. Today, I shall be taking class of AECC English of first semester of all the branches. Today's topic of discussion is non-verbal communication. Today, in non-verbal communication, I shall be discussing about graphics language. In previous class, we discussed about body language. Today, we shall be discussing about graphics language. What is graphic language? So many times when we communicate with large number of people and when we have to communicate complexities of ideas, that time this graphic language comes as a rescue, because it is very important. And this, especially these days, graphic language has become very popular, especially for professionals. It is very popular among them. Why do we use graphics language? Mainly because graphic language makes communication very easy. It makes receiver to understand easily. It helps to present data very easily, and of course it is eye catching and anyone can remember it for a long time. But however, we need to be very careful while using graphics language. We should not let graphics language overpower our verbal communication. So what is this graphic language? In day-to-day life, we all come across this, especially when you drive car or bike or bicycle to any place. What happens? You stop at traffic signal. What this traffic signal is? This is communicating. When it is red, you stop there. When it is green, you start. It is communicating, because it becomes difficult to communicate large number of people verbally. So graphic language is there. On road as well. On road there are many signs, zebra crossing and all. This is all what? This all are graphics language. Especially for professionals, those who are pursuing their MBA or doing in professional job. How do they present their ideas? Through PowerPoint presentation. Why do we actually use it? We use it to make our communication easy and for everyone to understand it very easily. It makes our verbal communication effective. So today we shall be discussing about graphics language one by one. First of all, we'll be discussing about pictographs or pictograms. What this pictograph or pictograms are? These pictographs or pictograms are earliest form of language. You must have heard or you must have read in your history books that earlier time people used to talk through pictures. They used to draw pictures. Writing came very later on. So nowadays also, graphic language is being used largely because it is global. Because of course, English or Hindi, it has its restriction, or any other language, but graphic language is global. So on computer especially, you must have seen there are many resembling pictures or miniature pictures of something. That is, you use as a whenever we have to open our file or something, there is a picture there, miniature form of that picture. Or even on your phone as well, you have, like, for phone book, you have a diary kind of symbol there, isn't it? So this is still very popular, that we actually call icons. Yes, icons that you can find on any computer, any PCs or any laptops or any mobile phone. Icons are there. These are what? These are pictographs, or you can say pictograms. So this you always come across because it is global. If suppose a phone made in a Germany, if it is written in a German language, it will become very difficult for us to locate our phone book or message or something, or email. But it becomes very easy for all of us, because there are icons are there. For message we have, there is one envelope, and there for emails we have one icon there. For telephone book we have one icon there. So, for our galleries there is one icon there. So these all are graphic language. Now moving towards another graphic language, that is sign or signal. Like mathematics, it is full of sign. plus, minus, multiplication, division. So how do you understand it? Just by looking at the sign, that if it is just a dash, it is minus, or it is a plus sign. So sign are static and signals are dynamic. Like signals, everyday life you come across those signals, like when you are on traffic signal, you can, that is signal there, isn't it? Or sign is also there whenever you're traveling. There are signboards that guides you where to move and how to move, and where. So there are like arrows are given there, isn't it? So why you just look at it, that we all are surrounded by this this graphics language all over it. So this sign and signals are there. Then we have graphs, especially you people must be watching cricket. In cricket, you must have seen how do they actually present the data through graphics, or through pie chart, that how no how the batsman did bat, how he has hit four and sixes, in what over the most runs were given or taken. So you are being presented with graphs. Why? Because it is very eye catching and easy to understand, isn't it? So pictures are easy to understand. So graphs, charts, these all are graphics language. Especially those who work in professional fields, like those who are in marketing field, how do they present their data to you? They show you the chart. Look at it, this sir, that this number of people have taken have bought our product. So you are being presented with graphs or charts, because it becomes very easy to understand. If somebody would present you the mathematical solution of it, you would not pay any attention. But when you see the chart and graphs, it becomes it is easy to understand and easy to remember as well. So these graphs and charts are also graphics language. Then boards, signboards and all. These all are like, when you play football. So how does the referee actually, show their cards, like yellow card, red card, green card? This all, this is a means of communication there. So those those cards are also graphic language. Then coming towards maps. Maps are what? Maps are also miniature form of any geographical area. And when you must have learned how to see the map in your geography class. You must have been presented with, there are certain symbols being given at the below of any map to locate whatever the point you want to locate at it. Sometimes colors, sometimes some pictures are being given there, and their symbols are being described below that. So of course maps are also very miniature form, any geographical area being presented. Then photographs. When we were kids, you must remember, our books were full of pictures. More than words, there we had pictures. Why those pictures were there? Because it was attractive and easy to understand. For any kid, kids are very attracted towards color. So those colors and those pictures are being given there. And more than stories, we were attracted towards those pictures, and that was form of learning. So these pictures, if I tell you, okay, Himalaya is like this and like that, you don't find it very interesting. But if I show you a picture, you would easily understand what this is all about, what I'm talking all about. So these pictures, photographs, these all are your graphics language. When we visit to any doctor, of course we all have this memory that there is a picture of a nurse who puts her finger on her lips. That tells us what? To keep quiet, to keep silence, to maintain silence here. So just a picture communicates you a lot, isn't it? So pictures are there. And then coming towards very important thing that we all are very accustomed of, like emojis or emoticons, that we whenever we chat or something, there are multiple of emoticons are there. Like on WhatsApp, the emoticons, more than verbal communication, we nowadays we use those emoticons to show our emotions or express our feelings. But I had told you earlier as well that of course there should be limitation. Graphic language should not be used in at place of verbal communication. Verbal communication is very important, but of course you should be very careful that of course in professional communication you should be like very careful that where I have to use and what limitation I should draw. Like there are emoticons, and then of course GIFs, there are other pictures, there are other facilities you have on your mobile phone. For every emotion, for everything, for every occasion, you have such emoticons. So drawings, this all comes under graphics language. So why do we use graphic language? To make our communication easy, to make it understand to the people, especially in advertisement. You must have seen that in advertisement, more than words, they give importance to pictures. If there is an advertisement for shampoo, they just don't talk about the qualities of shampoo. They put a picture of a girl with shiny hair. If there is an advertisement of KFC, more than things like that, it is delicious something, they place two chicken legs with smoke coming out from it. If it is McDonald's, they put the picture of burgers. If it is Domino's, they place the pictures of pizzas. More than words, they put emphasis on pictures. Why? Because they know that people are more, pictures are more eye catching, and people can easily remember it for a long time. So in advertisement agency, because they have to convey the meaning to the mass number of people, so they do what? They, more than verbal communication, they put emphasis on non-verbal mean of communication, especially graphic language. That is pictures and signboards. When you go somewhere, there are if it is that don't pluck flower here, तो of course वहाँ पे क्या रहता है, एक बना हुआ फ्लावर रहता है और उसमें आपका एक कट किया हुआ रहता है. If it is like do not take pictures here, तो camera, and then there is they put the cut marks there. Then if it is no parking zone, then it is P, and then they cut there. So if it is like do not smoke here, so it is like that only. So we people are surrounded by this graphic language. So this is in non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication has two parts. First is body language. In previous class we discussed about that, and second is graphics language. In graphics language, there are groups like pictograms, pictographs, sign and signals, pictures, drawings, emoticons, graphs, charts. These all are graphics language. Thank you for attending the lecture.